Let's talk a little bit about the defense's progression from the beginning of camp to now.
We've made a lot of pretty good progressions. Mostly we've been focusing on, because we have a lot of returners on both the ones and the twos, so a lot of it was just becoming more technique sound and getting in better shape, stuff like that, and be able to push through adversity. We had a really hot summer, the first couple weeks of camp, stuff like that, and then also bringing in the new guys, getting them in the fold and not missing a beat and being able to just continue maintaining our intensity. I think we've increasingly done that over the camp. We have your up and down days, but I think especially up front and as a defense as a whole, I think we've had a pretty good camp.
You've been around the program a while. What's it like to have that kind of depth on defense? It's something that you guys hadn't had around here in a while.
Talking about practice terms, it's great. Because I remember times in games and in practice never having a sub, just having to go in there. Stuff happens. Sometimes somebody will get nicked up. It helps to be able to, the two person to go in and not miss a beat. I remember times when I was a true freshman, they didn't even redshirt me till pretty much almost the whole season because we had all the starting D linemen, 3 of the D tackles were down, hurt. So that just hurts your team to death. I wasn't ready to even play then. We got so many people on our first string could play, our second string could play, then we still got people on the third string that can play. So that depth, that's all around. That's on both sides of the ball. So that just helps you and can benefit off that as a team.
What's your comments on Courtney Upshaw and off the field strategies?
I treat everybody on this team as a brother. That's my brother. I support him and everything. It's a misunderstanding as of what I've heard, but mistakes happen. People make bad choices, but we fully support him. We're going to be there 100% to have his back.
You guys hoping to get out the second scrimmage on Saturday?
Coach said he wants to see. Pretty much this is decision-making time. The people, pretty much got the first mass group who is going to play, but then there's a lot of people that on in between that they can either going to go to scout team or they're going to go to be the people who they're going to work to try to be able to play. And then you also got people on the bubble who are going to be second team or who will be able to be starters. So that's what people need to distance themselves. They need to either put themselves on the starters or put themselves on the scout to the second string.
You guys itching to get those last 2 games out of your system, considering that that's the last thing we have to go through.
I'm so ready to play. Go out here. We haven't played. We've been up against each other since January or since the spring. So I'm just so ready to go out there and play another opponent. Top 5 team, 2 top 10 teams playing. It's going to be great.